Hey.
Afraid to fart.
See my familiar hairline? Right, I'm gonna try and stand you up. We've got a special treat. Come on in, come on in.
We're notifying people that you're live. Bring in your friends while viewers join.
Excellent.
Welcome to TikTok Live. Have fun We're notifying people. Keep it up. Your energy draw. Invite. Invite J Wales 3 to co-host now. Him first. Dart. Wing.
Hello, you are first. Is that Jay Wales?
Dart. Wing. Hi. Logan _James _Knox. Logan _James _Knox comment hi.
Hiya.
OMG. Dart.
OMG,
Dart,
hiya.
Wing. Dart. Wing. Comment you're my idol.
Oh, I'm your idol.
Logan _James _Knox. Logan _James _Knox comment hi.
Hiya.
Please Dart.
Please what?
Dart. Please reply.
Hiya, I'm replying.
Logan _James.
Hello, Logan.
Dart. Wing. Dart. Wing. One new message. Petco comment, do you know the boy group BTS Army? They are really great.
BTS Army. No, I don't. I don't know them. Do they have a TikTok channel? If they do, you know what will help me? You know, because I'm blind and disabled and all that. Yeah. If you want me to know them, tag them in one of my posts and tell me who they are and why I should go and investigate. And then I will. It was the quickest phone call ever. Now, this is the time of day when people do often try to call me. So if we get disrupted because of phone calls, there ain't nothing I can do about it. There is. But I can't actually do much because I only have... That seems like it might now. Might do it for me. So we've got special guests today. I know it's really exciting. I might have to change to the other side of the room because the sunshine is rather strong in this room. But I'm not concerned myself with it till it appears to be a problem right now. There's no problems. So, and if I pick you up gently and carefully and I can just put you back down, let me find out where I go on.
Tommy 2 men kissing. Comment him a special goozy. Tommy 2 men kissing. Invite. Joshua followed the live invited Screeter. Ellipsis. Join as a guest. Invited Screeter. Ellipsis. Tommy 2 men kissing. Curtis shared the live. Are you from Birkenhead? Tommy 2 men
Yes,
kissing.
I am from Birkenhead.
Special goozy. Invite that guy to join as a special goozy. Tommy 2 men. Curtis shared. Are you from Birkenhead?
I am, yeah.
Curtis shared the live. Tommy 2 men. Zachua 1K3. Zachua 1K3R.
So how do you send me? I know that you're on because I just saw your name. Did you hear it? Send a request to invite yourself and I'll be able to let you come on. So guess what we're doing today, lovely people? We are going to have a chat. We're going to have a real chat. Not me listening to bloody Howard and his technical voice speaking your stuff. Is that it?
Curtis shared the live. Are you from Birkenhead?
I am, yeah.
Page 104. Maddie Seashell. Blueberries. Comment. Invite Zebra to join as a guest. Invite Rhea Purse to Skull. Tombs. Script small O share. Invite Rhea Invite. Invite Zebra to join. Invite. Maddie Seashell. Maddie Seashell. Blueberry. Invite Rhea Purse to Skull. Invite. Page 104. Flag of Scotland. My name. Star operator. Ring above star op. Molly Wing. Shed. Thomgel comment I. Thomgel. Live MT tool close. Invite guests. Button. Bobby comment with Bobby. We ain't coming back no more. Invite guests. Button.
Invite guest.
It's Greta Gremlin official.
Yes.
6 selected. It's Greta Gremlin official. Accept. Button. Accept. Afraid to fart.
Has it worked? Are you there? I can hear something. Oh, exciting.
Voiceover off.
Are you there? I can hear you, but I can't see you. Have I done it wrong?
Hello.
Hello. Yay, I can hear you now.
Hi.
Have I done it wrong? Because I've got...
No, you didn't.
Are you just haven't got your camera on? Is that what it is?
I have it on. Yeah.
You do have it on. So how do we get you on screen as well then?
I think I'm on. I think
Oh,
they can
you.
see me. I'm not sure.
I can't. I can only see me. I thought I wanted to. I want to see you as well.
Maybe.
So look in the comments. You can see the comments, can't you? So we don't. I don't have to listen to all the trolls, which is fabulous. Bring the trolls in because you know what? All they do is mess up the chat. But we love the algorithm.
Yeah.
So as long as you can deal with the troll-tastic energy, we'll have the algorithm. Thank you very much. So if you put in the chat a comment if you can see my beautiful friend or not, or if you just see beautiful me. Is it just one beauty on the screen or two at the moment? Let me know. Let me know. So what are they saying?
Yes, they can see.
See you as well. Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So then I'm not going to fuss or fiddle with anything because fussing and fiddling is how I generally lose connection. I think that's all right, you know. Can you see me on the screen all right?
Yes, perfect.
I'm going to sit back a bit. I shall turn you up first so I can hear even clearer. There we go.
Okay.
Right then, so welcome. Now, what would you like me to call you? I have about 3 different possibilities in my mind, so I thought the best thing is to get you to choose.
Which 3?
Well, Greta Gremlin is one of them,
Okay.
and then the name that came up on my phone was Blake, and then when I think of you, you are the Dolly dress designer, the DDD.
Either one is fine.
Should we call you DDD for today then?
Sure.
Do you like that?
Yeah. No, it's fabulous.
Because that's the sort of thing that helps my brain, you see, to remember. If I just go, okay, right, so you're DDD, the Dolly dress designer. And that's one of the reasons why we connected initially, isn't it? Because of your interest in design and things. So do you want to, because most of the people who are watching this now will have seen me before, either on live or they will have seen some of my videos. So you're going to be quite new to many of the people in the audience. So do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we can chat a bit more about fear.
Totally. So hello everyone. My name is Blake. I'm a fashion student in New York. And I really would love to design fashion dolls. And I collect fashion dolls as well, like Barbie, Monster High, um, Bratz, and I just love, I don't know, I like fashion and film, and I love how fashion can tell a story, and fashion has no limits. Fashion loves everyone, and I just think that's so amazing.
Yeah, that's so true, isn't it? There's a fashion for everyone. Yeah. I was talking to a friend today, actually. I was out this morning. I had some official administration business to take care of. So my friend came with me. And we were talking about, she's about the same height as me and she's thin like me as well. And we were talking about gorgeous dresses and the shapes of lovely dresses that absolutely look like a bag of potatoes on both of us. Because when you're long and thin, there's certain clothes, when you put them on, they just look daft. And yet when someone else wears them, they look like $1 million. So that's the sort of thing with fashion, isn't it? When you get to know the taste and the style value or the style ideas that really match who you express yourself to be, you can find yourself really comfortable and even have your confidence boosted, can't you?
Definitely, confidence plays a huge part in fashion. Totally. Um, and I'm sorry for like anyone if I sound a little weird. I think I'm getting a little sick or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, a fashion, yeah, confidence and style and all of that plays a huge role. So that's why I love fashion so much too, because everyone can do it, you know? So, yeah, totally. And definitely certain silhouettes might look better on certain people. But yeah, do you have like a favorite kind of style? Like, what would you call your
Me,
personal style?
I'm kind of a grungy, hippie, classy chick. That's about me, really.
No, I definitely see that. Just very like, I think like very timeless. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I've got this particular I love this orange thing. I love the neck, the shape, and everything of it. And I had it before I was blind, so I know what shape it is. And I love it so much. But it's now about 15 years old, and because I have things that I really like, and I really look like looking after my clothes as well. So I take good care of them. I never iron anything. I don't own an iron. If I've got linen to wear, I fold it nicely and sit on it for 5 minutes. That usually sorts the creases out of linen. But yeah, I've got so many little items of clothing that I've had for many, many years because they get looked after really well. And then, if you go traveling or you change between your winter, summer wardrobe or something happens. And then, like last year, I found a suitcase with clothes in, and this was in it. And it'd been folded up nicely and put away for the winter about 5 years ago. So it was like, oh, it was like Christmas all over again because it was full of clothes that I really loved. And my friend was helping me and she was describing, I was going, oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. And honestly, she's like a little child on Christmas morning. And that was what it felt like because I hadn't seen any of these clothes in years and years and years. And I was blind, so I can't go shopping and enjoy the visual experience anymore. But because I had all of these clothes from when I was sighted, going through them through the suitcase was just gorgeous. It was like I could feel my inner 3-year-old was having the best day ever. And it was just rediscovering my own clothes.
Yeah, that's like definitely an interesting part. I think a lot of people don't really think about, you know, fashion in that way. People are just it's so fun to go look through your old pieces, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely like into just like there's some clothes that you think you lost or something, but you have it. Um, and I love this is like one of my favorite things too about fashion is like there might be a certain piece of your wardrobe that you really don't like, but then in 5 years you're gonna love it. It's gonna be your favorite thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. When you're really drawn to something, there is always a good reason for it, isn't there?
Yeah, it'll always be there. Like a forever, what do they call it? Like a forever piece in your wardrobe? Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. I was talking about that the other day, this idea of this concept of forever, your forever home or a forever wardrobe piece or something. Because as a part of our reality, it's just a way of describing something in a specific situation. But actually, as a it becomes a wish that we feel like we don't have it now. So for example, I had a friend she was having to move homes and she really didn't want to, but the situation just made it that she just had to at the time. And she loves doing tarot cards and she kept doing these tarot readings and it was almost as if she was saying, oh, the cards are broken because they weren't saying what she wanted them to say, right? Because she said, these cards told me that this was going to be my forever home and now I've got to move out. She was really upset. And I said, well, that's a really dangerous thing to ask the cards because what does forever home actually mean to you? If you made a list of all of the things that are true about a forever home, you'd see a load of ideas that are absolutely impossible to manifest or to sustain. So we have these concepts that are really lovely ways of expressing things that do happen to us, but then we can get caught in them and feel miserable that we haven't got something that we've never even had before, really. So yeah, I love the idea of the forever something because it always reminds me of that. The tarot cards don't work anymore.
Yeah, totally. It's like it reminds you of something. I don't know, like I think like you said before, like forever means different things for I don't know how to say it. Like it changes constantly, the idea of what forever is, you know?
It means now. So look at the spiritual way. We say yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is the gift. That's why we call it the present. Right now is the only reality. So even when you say forever, it's happening now, and you imagine it's going to last forever, but it just means it's happening now. So forever actually means now. Well, if you think about it in a Marian way.
Yeah, it's very fascinating. Like it's so nice. I love thinking about things and just like
Thinking about it, thinking.
no, I love it. It's just so, I really wish people would take more time to think about things in that way, to not be so serious about everything and to actually,
Yeah.
yeah, like people are so hard on themselves. And, uh, I just think that if we all just take a step back and just look at what we're, what in the present right now, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
life would be
What
so
have we
much
got?
better.
Yeah, it's serious is a disease to me. It's the worst situation to be in if you're serious. Everything, if it's if it's necessary and it's important, then you can be sincere about things. But humor sometimes is seen as disrespectful or removing the value from something because it's not serious. So you have to take it seriously. But actually, you never have to take anything seriously. If you do everything with sincerity, which means from the heart, standing to attention doesn't show respect for your sergeant major. The way you feel in your heart is where the respect comes for your sergeant major. So even if you're a soldier, being serious about it doesn't. It's so unimportant, and yet we attach so much importance to being serious. It's like,
Totally. Yeah. I really agree with that. I think a lot of people just, you know, do you think there might be a time where people might not take things so seriously?
at my workshops, I had to do that.
Yeah.
At my retreats, at my workshops, yeah, in my presence, hopefully, watching my videos. Yeah, we have to practice. We have to practice stopping the seriousness because we've learned it from authoritarian society, patriarchal, hierarchical, blah, 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 all of that stuff that we've been drowning in since we were born. They've taught to us that serious is important. But I know that laughter is the best medicine. We're all sick. We're all sick of something. And it is. I think serious can be like a disease. So I think teaching us, and I'm teaching myself how to unlearn the seriousness of life and bring us into a serious, less space. Is definitely one of the things I aim for when I'm doing training, when I'm doing workshops and retreats. And then sometimes you are very serious, but not because you're not frowning and taking it seriously, but something is like deeply emotionally moving, or in that sort of energy. That will be what you could call serious, but we don't need to take deeply emotionally moving moments seriously. The seriousness happens naturally. You don't have to take it seriously because then you're making it even more miserable. And misery is a choice. There's a Buddhist saying, which is uh, pain is inevitable, suffering is inevitable, misery is optional. And I really like that. Because when you're in the deepest, darkest depression, whoever says it, you want to punch the lights out and say, that's not true. I'm so depressed. Misery is not an option in this mood. And it doesn't feel like it. But when you look at the bigger picture, you always realize it is. It is. In the deepest, darkest moments, I've still found ways to make myself laugh. Sometimes it's because of a fart. Which is why I chose the channel name, because again, I don't want people being serious. I talk about it in my book a lot. It's interesting that you said that about people taking things seriously. So it's part of my mission to reduce the amount of seriousness on the planet. Cool.
Yes, I love that idea of, but yeah, I definitely really feel this is a great space for a lot of people. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love how, and I think it's so smart and like such a great idea for it to be on social media because people are on it constantly and it's a great place to drift off. So, and of course,
And
there are more negative sides to social media, but it's just fun to laugh sometimes. Yeah.
I go from humour to pity. I do get rage in the middle, especially when I'm taking it seriously or I'm taking it personally. But I only do that because I'm in an emotionally wounded mood, which means that anything would upset you, wouldn't? When you're in that mood, I mean, it's inevitable. But the beauty, the beauty of social media is that you get in front of eyes that would never ever have seen you before, and if you can bring a little bit of light to what's in front of people's eyes, for me that's great, regardless of how awful they are. I'm happy to sprinkle bits of fairy dust and light all around. I don't mind who the audience is. It's like the flower. I give off my fragrance regardless of the people and things around me. I'm just a pungent flower. oozing my fragrance.
Just giving it away. Yeah, I love it.
Giving.
Yeah. And they'll take, but I just think, yeah, but that's great. It really is.
Mm.
Is there something that, huh? I don't know, because today we're talking about fear. So in the audience, is there anything that you guys are afraid of?
Yeah, tell us what you're afraid of. So interesting. My friend who I went out with today, she's afraid of rats and mice. She has a bit of a phobia. And I do phobia clearing. So I have another friend, and I can't even remember where we were. We were at dinner or we were doing something in a large group, and we were speaking, quite a few of us all speaking together. And my friend, this is another friend called Jill, and she said, well, I used to have a snake phobia until Marion sorted it out. Do you remember, Marion? And I said, no, I don't remember. What planet I am on it's never always obvious. But I said, no, I don't remember. When did we work on a snake phobia? And actually what had happened is she'd come along to an event where there were about 30 people in the room. And I did, it's like a guided meditation from stage, and you choose the fear that you want to work on. And then you imagine what would you rather do instead in the face of the thing that triggers your fear. If it was right in front of you now, what would you rather do instead than be frightened? So she chose snake because she's really scared of snakes. And what would you rather do instead? Well, I think she said something like, be curious, because, if it was a cat or a dog or another creature, and this was a non-dangerous snake, we had to imagine it was a non-dangerous snake. If it was a cat or a dog or another non-harmful creature, she would be very curious and kind, and she'd want to make a connection with the animal. So she chose that instead, if she ever saw a snake, she would like to be as curious as she is about cats and dogs. And so we did the process from the stage. I didn't know it's a content-free process, so I don't need to know your deepest, darkest secrets. And we can still change them even if I don't know what they are. So yeah, a few years later, and she told me about having cleared this snake fear that I had no idea she'd ever had. So yeah, I'm very proud of clearing things that I don't even know anything about. But this morning, my friend said rats and mice. When she said something about being scared, I said, well, what scares you the most? She said, I'm phobic. I said, oh, juicy. I sort of clap my hands together, go, oh, yes, bring me the phobias. Because they can be really, really easy to reorganize. Because that's what I say we do. We just reorganize the way your emotions work with your perception. And it doesn't always clear it, but I've never yet seen anyone get worse after we've worked through the process. It usually shifts the flavour of it. It might downgrade it a little bit, or sometimes it disappears, like with Jill, Snake Lady, disappeared. So just understanding what you're afraid of is really, it's a really great question. So have we got any comments that are coming up with what people are afraid of?
So a couple of people were saying that they're afraid of passing on, and one person this was really interesting. What person said? They said that they're not afraid of passing on, but they're afraid of like what the reason for it will be.
Oh, if you die in
problem
pain.
or something like that. Yeah, that's really interesting.
That's very interesting. That's a great place to start. So for me, my thing on that is that I'm actually really, really looking forward to dying because I love adventures. And I've traveled in so many different ways in so many different places, but I have no memory of traveling between life and death. So I don't remember arriving, and I don't know how much I will remember about leaving, but I'm actually quite excited because it's going to be a new destination for this memory that I have now. Do you know what I mean? And I think about it that way. I came from somewhere, and then when I leave, I'll go to somewhere. I might go back to the same place. I might go somewhere different. I don't know. But it's just something about I did come from somewhere, and that feels true even though I don't know where or how. Well, I know when I was born. So something about the fact that I did come from somewhere means that I will go somewhere. And if I didn't come from anywhere and I don't go nowhere, then there's nothing to worry about really, is it? Because it would just be the end. And if you made a list of all your problems and all your favourite things, I bet your list of problems would be longer. So it means you clear that list when you die. But I do agree with the how it will happen. That is very thought-provoking for me because it could be an accident, which hopefully would be quick, or can you imagine going through old, rotting, degrading, and a little bit of senility, or that would be like torture, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, losing your marbles, losing everything, just losing. Although the one little thought I always add on to that was if people have lost the ability to remember who they are, they're always in the present moment. So actually, it could be seen as a super spiritual state because you don't know. There's no name here now. There's just this being who's having these feelings, who's drinking this lovely cup of chai. And I'm speaking and there's somebody in front of me speaking to me. And that's being very, very present, mindful of the present. So even when I think, oh God, that might be an awful thing to do, I can still see that when you look at things from this kind of higher spiritual perspective, then it doesn't seem as bad somehow. It gives you just extra ideas that they dampen down the fear a little bit because it's like it's a possibility. It could be brilliant. So that loosens the fear hold somehow on me. What about you? What do you think about all that?
I think for I'm not too afraid of passing on, but I just don't want my family to be worried and things like that. I think that would worry me a lot. I don't want them to be really unsettled. Yeah.
So it's the effect it would have on other people, not the. See, I couldn't give a shit about other people.
Oh,
I'm all about me.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, it might hurt me, or I might feel weird, or I might.
Yeah, well, I definitely feel that way too. But yeah, I just feel like, as long as if I know I'll be okay, I'm just like gonna worry about will they be okay with it, you know?
Yeah.
Because of course they'll be fine and they'll move on, but I just don't want them to think something horrible. Like I wouldn't want them to know what happened, and to know that yeah, that it
Yeah.
wasn't that I want them to know that I'm okay, kind of,
Yeah. So the therapist in me wants to say to you, you're not responsible for other people's feelings, even when they're about you. Yeah. Because that's a big weight to carry, responsibility for others. Because
Yeah.
it impacts us in lots of different ways. That's a big fear, isn't it? A fear that we'll upset, we'll hurt, we'll disappoint in some way. And they're big fears as well, aren't they?
Yeah. I definitely think so. My fear, like my biggest, I definitely have other fears, but the daily one that thankfully I don't deal with it here in New York, but I live in Florida, and and I'll tell you the reason why too. I'm so afraid of lizards, which is so funny because they're so similar to snakes, but um, because I grew up with cats and I still have cats, and the cats would always bring in lizards and they would decapitate them, and there would be heads around the house. And that's just, I would step on one, like a dead one by accident. It's it's terrible. And I think one of them would like jump or crawl on me. Like that's scary to me.
Yeah.
And I know they're harmless and I know they're so nice, but that's just like the fear of like
The
it's so small.
imagination, the imagination
Yeah,
pays no attention to reality, darling.
definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
That's really interesting. Yeah, because I see. I remember a headless lizard running. So
What?
it like literally the cat had just got it and got its head off, and its body was still alive. It's running with no head on.
That's
I
terrible.
I
I've
lived in
seen.
Mexico. I
That's
lived in
interesting.
Mexico for a while. I know it was like it was really funny and really sick and really funny and really sick and really funny and really sick.
That's crazy. I know
Apparently
like,
chickens do it as well.
huh?
Apparently chickens do that as well. You
Oh,
can take their head off and they'll still run around the yard.
that's terrible. I've heard I've seen like the lizard tails move around like when they're
Yeah.
not attached anymore, but I've never seen the body. Is that a real? That's like a
We're
thing.
going. The legs were going. It was one of those where the back legs seem to go around. You know those ones, they're long and skinny. It was one of them, and its little back legs
Were
to
they
not
like?
know head.
Did they actually move from like place to place, or were they just like static, moving
No,
around?
it was just one. It was just one. It was the cat had literally done it just in front of us. So it
Wow.
didn't even realise its head had gone. The body was just going, oh, get away, get away, get away. So I don't, and it disappeared because it was jungle basically. It was
Okay.
the area around Tulum, Cancun, that Caribbean coast of Mexico.
Yeah.
It's that bit, and it's very jungly, as they call it, the selva, the jungle. It was in there, so it was literally we saw the cat, we saw the little lizard, and then it was gone. And the cat chased it. It's just it's very funny, but disappeared into the undergrowth in the jungle in the selva.
Yeah, I think like the part I just don't like the idea that they could be anywhere and they
Yeah.
can crawl. How they get in your house like is so crazy. Like they'll crawl in the floor. They go everywhere. It's terrible.
Salamanders that go across the ceiling. They call them in some Spanish-speaking countries. They call them, I think, the besitos, the little kisses, because they make a noise like. But I love that noise because they also eat mosquitoes. So I'm very happy when I hear that noise and I'm lying in my bed if I'm in the Caribbean. Because you go, oh, go on, go and eat the mozzies.
Yeah, they are very helpful for that. And this is another thing. I love like insects and I've never really been afraid of cockroaches and I'll always uh I won't pick it up with my hands but I'll grab something and pick it up. But one day I was so scared in my house because one just ran under my bed and I was like, oh no, well I need to get it. And then I kept walking in and out of my room, and then I saw two kind of attached to each other, and they were walking around on the floor. I was like, oh, okay. And then I was looking for my little spray to spray them, and then I hear sounds because I couldn't see them anymore. So I heard like random ticking sounds, and I saw one crawl. They were running on the ceiling and everything. I was so scared because there was like probably I think I counted like maybe 6 of them. And they were just, it was terrible. Like, I don't know. I think I got them all, but the sound, and they can fly too. I didn't know that they could fly.
Oh, and they hit you. I've had them land on me. Oh, it's really scary, really spooky. I mean, I'm the same. I'm not really frightened of cockroaches, but I hate them when they fly and hit you. And it does. I do have to really center myself if I'm going to pick it up or touch it or do anything. I have to really make sure there's no panic around because it's very easy to go into panic when something moves really quick. It just throws you your center, doesn't it? Yeah. I had a little cockroach infestation here in London in my apartment, right? I'd been away for a few weeks and I came back and my vision was really bad. It's actually worse than it is now. And one of my little friends who brought me home, she said, we went in the kitchen and she went, oh, there's some creepy crawly things. And I actually said to her, I said, I've been noticing there's movement around me in the dark sometimes when I come in to get a drink late at night, or I've had an idea that I think there is something living in there. And I just thought it would be, I don't know, I thought it was earwigs, which are, little creepy wormy things, or little beetles or something. But it wasn't, it was actually cockroaches. And then she saw them by the fridge door. And so I opened the fridge. I said, oh my God, they're not inside the fridge, are they? They weren't. But then she took my hand and she went, oh, there's some here. And she went to put my hand on them. And I'm blind.
Oh,
I
wow.
absolutely freaked out. I mean, beyond, it really, really put me out. I was screaming, what are you doing? I was swearing my head off, as you can imagine. And she said, but I thought you liked insects. I'm like, I'm fucking blind. I don't want them crawling all over me. And in my head, I could see this like writhing nest of cockroaches, and she was trying to put my hand inside it. Oh, it really freaked me out.
Terrible.
But the next day, luckily the pest control people, because of the blindness, I can't sort it out myself. The pest control people came the next day, and when he looked inside the cupboard, it's next to the sink, and he just said, "Oh, have you been seeing anything?" And I was like, "Well, I am blind." He said, "Oh, there's quite a community going on in here." Now the problem is this has got an open access up the pipework of the whole block. It's a 26-story block. And some of the flats won't let people in, so they're not all being baited. So we'll never really clear it. So I just have to leave bait. They come, and every so often they'll come and put new bait in the cupboard, and say that's the only way you can manage it, because they are in the building. Unfortunately, I haven't seen. Well, I've had people here having a look around for me, and nobody can see them at the minute. So that's good. I think we've actually cleared them from this space, but they could arrive back at any time, because they're amazing creatures, aren't they? See how easy it is to survive on this planet with no technology, no medicines, no processed foods, no Starbucks, none of this shenanigans. And they've lived here for millions and millions of years. And then we come along thinking we can control the world. It's quite funny.
Yeah, totally. A lot of people, it's just crazy, overreact about. Well, I don't think it is an overreaction, but I think it's very
It's an-
validated.
It's an
Yeah.
overreaction, but it's also like a program, and it's because it's a trauma response. When we have a phobia, it's a trauma response, and it just means that we've had a shock, and we've gone into a panic of not knowing how to deal with it, and being in shock and not knowing how to deal with it, and we've never learned how to take the next step and deal with it. We go, right, run away. So then the next time we meet it again, we go, oh, shock, don't know how to deal with it, shock, don't know how to deal with it, panic, panic, panic. So we come away. And the phobia is literally just a shockwave pattern that we've got stuck, and we haven't finished it. We haven't put the last few Lego blocks in, or the last pieces. So when we start working through what those pieces are, you do have to clear the trauma emotion a little bit, because that shockwave is quite dense. But once you go around or through that shockwave, on the other side of that is curiosity, is even just like, well, you don't even really notice it. Some people are scared of things I don't even notice. And I'm scared of things other people don't even notice. So you can go, you just don't pay any attention to certain things. And that's another way of making sure you've got a strategy for, if you meet this situation, pay it no attention, because it's not making a difference to me. So yeah, clearing traumas and overreactions can really, it can be done quite easily as well. And you know what you're doing, and you know how to work with people and help people really read themselves properly. But it is an overreaction, and it's also impossible to stop it if you haven't learned the new bits. You'll always overreact. You know what I mean? It's a strange one, that, isn't it? Because it's not an intentional overreaction. It's a subconscious and unconscious overreaction.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. It's very, very, like you said, subconscious. Like, people are not completely aware, because they're not really in their mind at the present. They're just
But you're in the
set
panic.
them off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just stuck in that.
totally. So I'm seeing some more comments. There were some questions earlier. Let me see. People are spamming, so please don't spam in the chat.
Oh, they'll keep spamming. So we just have to. You can always block them. I'm a happy blocker if you fancy it. If you can do it, bring on the blocking.
Because I remember some other people talking about their fears earlier.
Yeah, good.
Okay, someone said, I still find it difficult when people judge me. I'm trying to learn about myself.
Ah, very good. So when people judge you, what if they judge that you're really nice, that you're intelligent, that you're attractive? They judge that they like you. These are judgments. Yeah. So it's not that you're afraid of judgment, it's that you're afraid of a certain type of judgment, but you actually want the other type of judgment. So how would it be to never need any judgment or never pay attention? So if somebody likes you, it doesn't matter. If somebody doesn't like you, it doesn't matter because you're busy liking you, busy being you. And you might behave in a way that you don't like and think, oh, I didn't like when that happened, so I better change that behavior. So we can judge ourselves, but we can do it really lovingly, really compassionately. Because as I say, these little trauma panicky parts, these are biological programs, they're psychological programs. We're designed to have these glitches so that we can learn something new to grow into a bigger, better way of living and being.
I definitely think so too. And sometimes judging, people don't have a bad intention of it either. They're just curious, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
curiosity plays such a big role in it. And speaking of curiosity, we had a question earlier, and asking about your eye condition.
So my eye condition is from a vaccine injury, and it was so it started in 2008 after I was traveling and I had holiday jabs here in the UK. I had the jabs here, and then I went traveling, and within a month I had double vision. This eyeball had just got pushed with the inflammation. The inflammation is part of the vaccine damage. The doctors give it different names. There's 3 massive doctors in the UK from like high up positions in London hospitals, and all 3 of them have given me different diagnoses, and there's no agreement what this is, what they think it is, what to do about it. But there's also minimal acknowledgement that vaccine injury is at the heart of it. We can't deny it. It is undeniable, but they will not willfully admit this and include it in treatment protocols.
Yeah, they don't want accountability, and it's very harmful.
And you know, the stupid thing is, even if they've done it, like, and I sued them. A lot of people say, why don't you sue? Well, if I did, at the moment, I'd probably get around £70,000 to £80,000, which is $100,000. Well, I'm sorry for destroying my life. That is an insult, and it wouldn't keep me for very long. So I would be insulting myself, wasting my time in the bureaucracy of the legal system with all that emotional baggage, all that bureaucratic baggage, and all that fighting and form filling and negotiating and all for what? For less than $100,000? Stick it where the sun doesn't shine is my attitude. I'll get on, thank you very much. You know,
Yeah.
I'm getting on with my life. I don't need to sue them. I need to protect me, not try and take something from them that would cost me years in bureaucracy and emotional stuff. Does that make sense?
I don't even think that's gonna help. I would rather just, just find the reason for it. That's what I would want to know, and I think it would also help. It would also help other people that may have a similar condition too. So I definitely think.
So one of the things that I do on here is I didn't use the word jabs and vaccines at the beginning when I started in social media because I appreciate it's a sensitive subject. So I usually talk about pricks, but that's what I mean. The pricks are both the injectables and the people who push it in, especially the ones that know what they're doing. Some of the poor pricks are really just unaware, and I feel sorry for people in that place. But this is how I'm sharing the message. This is how I'm making sure as many people as I can make aware. I'm going to make people aware. We do not even know that these are potential. They're not. This is a side effect. It's the effect of, and this happens frequently. And so I want to make sure people understand, if you allow anyone to put anything metal in your skin, have you looked at the risks, like deeply? Have you looked at the potential? Because I didn't, and this is the result of me not looking at, not scrutinizing the facts that they hand out, but allowing them to invade my body.
I think it's very, the whole idea of patriarchy and all of that is that's very scary.
So part of my message is medical autonomy or biological autonomy. This body's brilliant. I've been given a mind and a psyche and a body, and they need to look after each other. I need to stop farming out my care or my responsibilities or authorities to external entities. It's up to me.
Yeah, it's the egos people have. They believe they can do anything. It's very harmful. Somebody said, absolutely love you, iconic queen. And then someone said, oh, do you think you caught it from something in another country rather than the vaccine?
No. There's no doubt. I was in the UK when it happened. I wasn't even traveling when this happened. The symptoms began before I even arrived in the other country. So I didn't catch it. And also, I don't really rely on germ theory. I work with terrain theory. And in terrain theory, the understanding is that we can catch... No, you can't catch a disease. You can have the same symptoms of somebody because of some energetic resonance, emotional, physical, environmental resonance that's happening. So if there's poison around and we get poisoned, if we've taken the same stuff, we'll all get poisoned. That's fair enough. But to catch a cold or to catch the flu has never, ever been proven, ever. This is what I say when I'm talking about medical autonomy. With something like smallpox and influenza over 100 years ago, they did things like, this is really, really disgusting and foul and funny at the same time. They had a horse that was really, really sick, and it had, I don't know if it was smallpox or influenza, but it was really sick and it was all snotty, coffee and everything. It was just germs. So they literally collected all its germs and then they put inside masks, and they put the masks on people, on horses, on cows, on pigs. They put these, and there was no cross-infection, even with horses, from a horse. And they'd repeated that experiment in 1 million different ways. And they never, ever, ever achieve absolute, yes, scientifically tick that box. This is this is a physical contamination. So germ theory is a theory. A theory isn't a fact. A theory is imagined, and you want to keep looking at that imagined thing until you can absolutely prove evidentially that it's true. Well, a theory means it's never been proven true. So germ theory is just that. And then terrain now I think it's both, which is why we can't separate them into one or the other. The terrain, the surroundings, the environment, which includes our emotional environment, are as important as the physical particles. They're both, that you can't separate them. And so trying to imagine that germs and contagious diseases is what happens with most disease, it's not true. But guess what that does? That makes the medical model work perfectly. That makes the pharmaceutical companies responsible for making bazillions and keeping us all quite sick as a result of it. But if we looked at terrain theory, we wouldn't be able to accept the medical model. So that's why they keep it very quiet. So much knowledge in this world, so much amazing knowledge in this world. And Google will never tell you, because the people who own and write Google don't want us to know.
They just want the money and the fame.
Not the power. It's not even money and fame, it's power. Because the people at the very top, they ain't famous. We don't even know their names. The people who pull the strings of the Trumpy, Dumpy,
Yeah.
and the bloody... We've got Mr. Queer Starman over here. They are puppets. None of them have got power. I wouldn't even get in a wrangle or a fight with anybody about any of the politicians. If you know their name and you see them on the telly, they're not where the power is. Somebody's paying them, and you do not know who's paying them, and you never will. And that's the point of the fame and the thing. That's the middle layer. That's the ego layer. The real controllers, absolutely anonymous.
That's very. We're talking about fear today. I think that's something that I'm very afraid of. You know,
Yeah.
just not knowing. It's very. I think a lot of people can relate to that too. Just the fear of not knowing certain things, and it's
Well, we're
not in our control.
We're educated at school to believe that there are good reasons for things, and if you understand it, and it'll all make sense. It doesn't. That's a lie. It doesn't make sense because we never see the whole story. So we're educated to believe that seeing the whole story is really important. So then when we can't see it, we get all, as you were just saying, you get scared because I'm supposed to be able to work this all out, and it's not making any sense. It's like, no, you're not supposed to be able to work it out, babe. You're really not. Stop putting that pressure on yourself. It's a big world out there. We'll never know everything, ever, ever, ever. And the more you learn about the world in your life, the more you realize you don't know. There's so much that we'll never know. And that's okay. That's how it is.
I think, yeah. It's not a great place to be in, to constantly, like we said, live in the present.
Yeah.
And another thing that I really love this comment that somebody said, because I
Yeah.
relate to it as well. They said, I missed out on a lot of things as a child, I think, and catching up. And my recommendation to you is similar to like what I'm doing, I thankfully I didn't miss out on a lot of like things as a child, but nostalgia and toys, like that's a huge thing. So what I do now is I design toys and I love fashion dolls and collecting. So you could still always do the things you love, just maybe in a
We
different way.
haven't missed. Brilliant. I love that. We've not missed out on anything. You're not dead yet. Do it. If you feel as a child you should have, do it now. If you feel you should have had more love yourself. Do it now. Don't be feeling shoulda, woulda, coulda. Do it or shut up about it. Because, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's never too late. I don't even know when I'm dead. Maybe I'll be able to do even more. Who knows? I've never been there yet. I'm quite looking forward to it. But yeah, this regretting things that haven't happened, that haven't been done. I could have so many regrets about my past. It was awkward. It was traumatic. There was violence. It was just a very, very difficult childhood. And yet, that's why I am the way I am. If I'd have had an easy childhood, you wouldn't see me on here effing and blinding and swearing and just being me and being really weird and a bit of a rebel, but also like people really go, oh my God, you're so like me. That's so true. So I'm able to be really, really, really honest because of the damage that was happening around me as a kid. So regretting that I didn't have roses and fairy tales, it's like, what a waste of time. I'm very happy to be here now and to have worked with and through so much of trauma and understood and understand now so much of my own trauma, and that helps me working with other people. So the more difficult it was, the more we could be grateful for now, because that's what's driven and given us the challenge, the energy of that challenge that makes us go, you lot, I'm going to do it. And we become determined. And that wouldn't happen if everyone was being nice to us.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people are always very, very concerned about those things, And it's
It's
not
so
a
easy
great
for us to
place
feel
be.
sorry for ourselves. It's so easy for us to feel sorry for ourselves. We're all like lost little children, and we are. Because as we keep saying, the whole patriarchal system, all of that stuff, that keeps us down. And it feeds off us. And we have to, we weren't born to pay bills. We weren't born to pay bills. We just weren't. And yet that's what we've all spent our lives doing. So, yeah, it's the knowing that actually all of that outside of me
Alexa.
can create a really awkward, awful, negative state in me. Or I can go, that was the past. I'm here now. What am I going to do today? I'm going to go and I'm going to get my favourite ice cream and treat my inner 3-year-old to a favourite ice cream with like extra chocolate and caramel sauce or whatever. On those dippy things. You remember that when they used to put the ice cream in and all the bits of sweets or the candy would get stuck on it? Oh, I used to love that when I was a little kid. So I think, well, let me, if I'm feeling like a little victim, let me speak to the little 3-year-old who was a victim, and let me now treat her like the queen. That always helped me.
Yeah, I really agree with that too. It's like sometimes, I might regret some of the things I've done, but then I tell myself like, there are definitely certain things that I've done or that I've experienced that I wish I hadn't done, but also I have to acknowledge that without that happening, I wouldn't have, I would probably be more naive now,
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And you wouldn't know as much about yourself. When we do things that we then look back on and think, wait, that was weird or that was bad, we're learning something about our own programming. And when when we see a program within ourselves, we can then begin to change it. Some of them we can't get rid of, but because I talk about, I used to program computers, now I deprogram people. And that's what they are. The things that we do and the way that we do things are all programs. And if we see one that we didn't like, the way it's turned out, now we can adapt. We can't adapt unless we see it. So if you were good all the time, you'd never learn anything new. You have to do wrong things or make mistakes or bad things to learn what else you can do differently. And in learning what else you can do differently, there's an expansion in there. There's a evolution of yourself, a self-growth process that happens. Or you could go the other way. You could just be a victim and shrink smaller and smaller and smaller. It's always a choice. There's always a choice. And there's loads of models on both sides of the fence to follow as well.
Yeah, I definitely think that I love that idea about a choice because a lot of people feel something that might relate to this is shame. A lot of people feel shameful, and also shame is a choice. You can either feel ashamed for doing something, or you could try and be like, oh, well, maybe that wasn't the best thing for me to do, but now I know to do better moving forward.
Yeah. And feeling shame is kind of inevitable because the world we live in, shame is like a cloud. To me, it's an emotional cloud. And when you get stuck in that cloud and stuck in that state of shame, you will do anything to get out of it. You would sell your soul to the devil to get out of it because it is crippling for our being to be full of shame. It's the most discomforting, uncomfortable, awful place to go into shame. So learning how to go into it and then put a few more Lego blocks in there. What do I do? What's my strategy? If I allow myself to feel shame, what is my strategy? And because it's definitely something I'm learning. Like, if you blush, and as a young teenager, my God, I started blushing and it's awful because suddenly everybody, you didn't even realize people could know that you were embarrassed. And then you start blushing and the whole world knows.
Yeah.
And so being in that place, and I'm a public speaking teacher, I teach yoga. So I'm all about being open and being on stage and being transparent. And in order to do all of that, you have to know that shame is okay. You have to know it won't kill you, and it feels like it will, but it won't kill you. And you'll come out of it a lot better off if you allow yourself to go into it and don't avoid it.
And you'll be very proud of yourself too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being proud of yourself for allowing yourself to feel the shame of the reality of whatever the situation was. Absolutely. Because shame never killed anyone. Well, feeling it maybe, but shameful things are not really killers. I mean, from a good Catholic Irish background, like as a teenager, the biggest shame would have been to get pregnant and it was the fear. I never did. And I didn't know many people who did, but it was like the number one thing. Everybody knew, nobody spoke about it. But if you were a daughter to a Catholic family, you got treated like a bit of shit because the threat of an underage pregnancy in the Catholic community was so devastating. It was like a spell. But we didn't even know what it was. As teenage girls, you just get treated really weirdly, and you don't. It's so different from the boys. And I had 4 brothers, and nobody tells you why. And that shame of pregnancy in Catholicism, it holds that whole structure together. And then what happens if you get a teenage pregnancy? Well, guess what? We are mammals. As soon as we hit puberty, we have the possibility of having pups. We call them babies. If I was a dog, it'd be pups. If I was a cat, it'd be kittens. Nobody gives a shit that the dog doesn't get married or the cat doesn't get married, do they? Do you know what I mean? And it's like such a big problem.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And
Shame and programs.
A lot of it's very kind of fake too, because so much the human race is so problematic and also very obsessed with itself, you know, and very in its head about a lot of things. And it's very interesting. And we teach each other to not like certain things about ourselves, or to hide
Yeah.
certain things. And it's very,
Yeah.
that's very harmful, and it's not a great place to be in. Yeah, it's just very,
This
and I
the eye
love,
condition for me and the appearance of me as I am now, and the hate baiters and all of the shenanigans that goes on social media has been brilliant for me, because the keyboard warriors have got absolutely, they're spineless and yet they are gross at the same time. And so being in the world where I'm being dished up daily gross troll shite from spineless idiots behind a keyboard who would not even speak to me if they were in front of me because they'd be so bloody scared of me, do you know what I mean, or shamed or whatever. And so that's been great, because, oh my God, it really, really hurts my feelings if I'm being sensitive to whatever's gone on and I'm in a bit of a sensitive place and I'm listening to my comments, because every day, at least, I try and do it once a day. I do it every two to 3 days, always, but I try and do it every day. I go to my comment sections and I just hit read this screen, and it reads every comment to me. Because some days I'll get loads, and I've put up quite a few videos. So rather than go into each individual video, I just read the comment list. Oh God, some days it is so painful because everybody's talking about my eyes in different ways. And I'll go from, oh, we love you, oh, I love you, oh, you're a queen, you're an, and all this lovely, I'm going, lovely, yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. You look like a weird frog, and then you look like you've got circumcised eyeballs, and then it just gets darker and worse and darker and worse. Now, most of them post pictures and GIFs, so I can't see it and I can't hear it. But when they put it into text, and even if I've had a million gorgeous, just one froggy circumcised eyeball comment, and I am like, oh, and it takes all those good feelings away. Like, why is that? How can one stupid statement remove that amazing, beautiful love vibe that I've just been indulging myself in? But if I'm in a good place, it makes me laugh. But if I'm having like bureaucrats, administration, stuff that's going on at the minute, it exhausts me and it puts me in a bad mood. And then I just want to cry when I see some of the comments. So that thing about judgment that's another point to add to that. We will treat judgments different all the time. So if we're afraid of them, we'll probably always react from a fearful place. Whereas if we go, oh, well, they're coming anyway. And then one day you're in an okay mood, a really bad one comes along and it makes you laugh. You go, oh, wow, imagine if you believed that was important. And then the next day it hits you and you go, oh, poor little me, it's so sad. And we make it important, you know. But again, it's not about being perfect and always being strong and going, oh, a silly little boy. It's about accepting that one day it'll make me cry and one day it'll make me laugh. And that's how it is. That's how life is. And I accept that, and I forgive myself for the days that I cry, and I enjoy and, I celebrate the days that I cry, because again, we're judging emotion, aren't we? If crying is bad and laughing is good, there's a judgment there, good and bad. There is crying and there is laughing, and they both happen. So without judgment, that really helps to see that bigger picture, the spiritual aspect of it, that, well, some days I do act like a little victim and a little 3-year-old, and I know what to do. I go take her shopping, we buy an ice cream and we dump it in the candy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I really agree with that too. It's very different for different people, you know? Yeah. And the whole idea of that, it's just very much like we should really not take things so seriously sometimes.
That's
Yeah.
definitely number one. I think that should be the name of this
Yeah.
show. Let's not be so serious.
A lot of people, and I'm not ignoring the comments, everyone. But a lot of people are asking if they can join the live too.
Okay,
So-
no, not today. Not today. What I will say is, if you want to come and do lives like this, we could even do a round table where we do a number of people. It needs to be organised for me.
Yeah.
If people are jumping in and out, it's too chaotic for me,
Very
and I
understandable.
know that I then my energy gets absorbed into the chaos rather than the communication.
Yeah.
So I just like it organised. So so the answer is no, not right now.
But
I think that's
also,
on my
a
screen.
great thing too is you guys are here in a way. You know, you might not be up here in the box, but you're here. So ask questions. We can have a conversation. You know.
Yeah.
And a lot of
So you're
people
not missing out.
Yeah, you're not missing out. We're all here together. So.
And so there was a video I did this morning, and it talked about this tonight. You'll see, I think I've got the same orange top on, have I? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, it was the one I did this morning, and I was saying, come and join us live at 5 p.m. UK time, 12 noon New York. I said it on a video this morning. Go to that video and put your comments in there if you'd like to come live with me. So that will be the one video where if you really want to come live, you have to make the effort to make sure we get the information in the same place, and then I'll know what I'm dealing with. So if you go and use that single video that I did this morning, and you in the comments you say, I would love to go live with you, and then we can start a DM conversation. Because if I don't, it's like I have to track and trace everybody and mentally flag them because I can't see. I have to remember so much. And so I'm learning how to navigate this space in TikTok and in Instagram, like I have done with my Dolly dress diva. What we did was we connected first in comments, then we moved to DMs, and because then I know where the connection is and I can find it again. Otherwise, if we try and connect too many ways, like we were a week not even able to connect because I'd forgotten I'd done it on Instagram or TikTok, and I kind of lost the track. So I need to be able to keep track. And I've got a lot going on in my life, so if a big number of you do it, it might take a while. But I'm very happy to organise doing stuff like this, you know, to do little interviews and people joining me and helping moderate the comments and asking me questions. And just I love real conversation, because you say things that really spark ideas in me, and I say things that really spark ideas in you. And it just creates a much different vibe and experience than me listening to my voiceover Howard going, why did you say the N-word? If you haven't seen that video yet, go find it. It's very funny.
But yeah, so just ask the questions here if you have any questions. This is still a conversation. You might not be up here, but again, there's so many. Today's not the end of the world. You can join at some other time. Yeah. So just
absolutely. If you're willing to join, then it will be worth your while, but only if you put a bit of effort into it. We're challenging you to actually to make it happen. I can help you make it happen, but you have to do the first bit, which is communicate with me a few times.
Yeah. Well, I loved, yeah, the whole thing about being afraid. So, again, does anyone have questions or anything they would want to talk about? Um, I think what was the last thing we were talking about? Um, I forget, but yeah.
But
Do
we
you
were
have
saying,
questions? Put
so
in the
one of the
comments.
things that we were saying about fear was that there's like fear of, well, things that have come up already, fear of people, fear about being sick, fear of dying, fear of animals and phobias, fear of judgment. We've had quite a few different examples, haven't we, of where fear
I just thought
comes
of
up.
one. What
Go on.
about, and I think I saw a comment about it earlier. What about fear um, of losing yourself and like all of the chaos and not, I don't mean it in the way of when you become older and are forgetting, but like just fear of losing your personality and things like that, maybe?
I think I know what you mean. Now, one of the things that I understand about people is that we're all different, but there are groups of people who do things in a certain way. And one of the areas, I work with a thing called human design. I don't know if anybody's heard of it. It's kind of like a bit of an astrology. It's an I Ching. It's a way of categorizing certain things about ourselves so we can understand ourselves better. It's not a personality definition by any means, because we're all unique. But one of the things it shows me is when we are acting as ourselves, it is an act. We are acting as ourselves because in order to have a voice and the thoughts and the personality, these are all ingredients that have had to come together. And so the actor that is me has different parts. So if I'm being a 3-year-old because I'm having a stroppy tantrum because I've been triggered, I am the 3-year-old being a stroppy in that moment. That's what I'm acting as. And I'm feeling it and I'm identified with it and I'm really angry and I'm a 3 and when I'm really in that state, it's unresourceful, it's unhelpful, but it's true as well. So our personality isn't one thing. It is, we do have a multiple personality. There's not a disorder. The real disorder would be unipersonality. That would be a disorder. I've never met one. I've never met one. I've never met a person who is so stable in the way that they are, because I think it's impossible, because you would never grow. You would never change, you know? So we are multiple personality beings, like multi-dimensional beings. It's the same thing. We are multiple personalities. If you speak to one person, somebody that you like, that you've known for a long time, or you speak to somebody who's a bit like either like a teacher or a boss or a coach who you don't like, and you haven't known them for very long, you are two different personalities, aren't you? You know, when we communicate differently, it's a different aspect of personality. So we don't have one. And in Buddhism, they say this, the true, and it's so hard to get your head around it, but the true me is the no thing, the no think, the no speak, the no smell, the no taste, the no sense, the none of the senses are me. I am the thing witnessing. When taste tastes, I witness taste. When smell smells, I witness smell. But I don't do smelling. When thinking thinks, I witness thinking. When thinking thinks about thinking, I witness thinking about thinking. I, as the no thing, don't speak, don't think, don't judge. I simply witness, or I am conscious, or I am aware. These are all different ways of saying the same thing. The awareness, the consciousness, the pure thing that is conscious of all of this isn't the personality. It isn't the judgments. It isn't the skin, the eyes, the mouth, the nose. It isn't any of those things. It has all of them. I have a body. I have eyes. I have all of these things to use. But the I that I am, that's conscious, doesn't do anything. It simply is a witness. And our head doesn't even know what that means, because the head is a meaning-making machine. The brain and the thoughts and the ideas make meaning constantly. The self is beyond meaning. So the mind will never get it, but the mind is the only tool we have to communicate with each other. So it becomes it's like the blind leading the blind, basically. Yeah, it's you
Yeah,
can go so deep with that. I love that sort of studies, as you can tell by my enthusiasm to talk about it. I
definitely.
love talking about consciousness, about awareness, about the fact that most of what our mind believes is absolutely rubbish, doesn't help us in any way, but we actually need some of it to get on with our lives. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Um, okay, so someone also said, and I love this, but I think you're gonna like it too. Well, someone said something about identity, but also fear of rejection, which is something that you've talked about
Oh,
before.
that's mine. That's
Yeah,
my. So I work with a thing called what would be the name that you would give them? They're like your biggest fear, your root fear, the cause fear, the causal fear. Mine is rejection. Mine is rejection, definitely. Um, and again, there's different types of personality characteristics, and they'll have different fears behind them. The fear of rejection only exists because you do not surrender and accept yourself. That's my truth. So true for me. I don't accept the parts of me I don't like. Like, I always talk about I really hate being blind. I hate being helpless. I hate being dependent. What good does the hating do me? I am blind. I am
really.
dependent. I'm just hating all over reality.
It's about perspective. Yeah.
Hmm.
And there are certain, and this is something too, like about, and I love this topic also on disability, and people think of it as such a negative thing, but I see so much power and I don't know about power, but I see so much like opportunity in it. You know, I
Yeah.
think it's amazing to have a disability because it does, in a way, force you to look within yourself and to not take things so seriously sometimes, you know? And
Yeah.
it's very liberating, I think, to have a disability. And it might
Totally.
sound crazy to someone like who might be able-bodied, but yeah, I definitely really believe that. And the thing too,
I was outside today with a 5 foot long white stick, and I am Harry Potter. When I lift up my stick, the people part. It's like the Red Sea or something. I know that when I was out today for the first time with a friend. We've not been out together when I've had my white stick, and shit. I mean, all my friends say this. By the end of the first day, they're like, "I want one. I want one of those white sticks." Oh my god, they'll get out. Even people in a wheelchair will get out of your way.
yeah,
So I'm like, Harry Potter.
yeah, it's so fun to just have fun with it, you know? Um, oh, and someone, um, really wants to join still, but we'll definitely set a date with you. Maybe all three of us can join together because this person's been
Yeah,
so kind in the comments. So yeah, definitely message me
okay.
personally or message
Yeah,
her
we'll
personally.
organise it. We'll
We'll
organise
organize
it.
something. Yeah.
It's not tea cake, is it? Or teacup? Tea cake,
No,
teacup.
somebody named Talking Picture, and
Okay.
they've been super nice the whole time. Um,
Talking
they want to
picture, I
join.
will remember your name. Make sure you message us and we'll connect.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I'm
But
going to have
yeah,
to go soon as well because it's gone. It's just over an hour, isn't it? And
yeah, it's been a
I've got
little
to go
late.
make. I haven't got any dinner made yet, and it takes me forever to make dinner because I can't see. Ooh.
Oh,
That was so
it's been,
cool, though.
I love this chat. It was a lovely chat. Yeah.
Yes.
Any last
Yeah,
minute
it was.
comments, anyone? Any last comments?
Any last minute comments? And while you're putting your last minute comments in, what I'm going to do with this video, it will be in the full length video will be available. We'll put it up on YouTube and we'll put it on Insta. So if anybody wants to go and watch back, I will put the full recordings up on Insta and on YouTube, and you'll see little clips from it. I'll be using it on my account. And if you want to if you want to use any clips, just let me know and we can pull specific clips for you, or you can do it yourself. Once I've put it up on YouTube, you can do it, can't you?
Perfect. Um, just let me say hello. Hello. How are you? Um, yeah, no, well, definitely. Everyone, like this person's been so nice the whole time.
Good.
Um, but yeah, my queen. So it's been my
Oh,
queen. Um, yeah. But yeah, I definitely think people should definitely take something away from this and to, just be more kind to yourself
yeah.
um, and have fun with fashion and express yourself in many
Oh,
different
yeah.
ways, you know? Um,
Oh, my inner 3-year-old. So I have a memory of being around 3, and I had this glossy, it was proper crimpolini nylon. I mean, it would scratch like nettles, but it was this bluey pink shimmer. Oh, I think I would refuse to take it off for days. And I remember actually being at the beach, and we used to get the little shellfish, winkles and cockles. And I remember being and being covered in dirty sand and winkles and cockles, but I had my sparkly dress on. I was so happy. So that's a really, really like a clear memory from childhood of being 3. I think it's clear because I probably got told off for making a mess of my party dress, but I didn't care. I had my party dress on the beach. I was so happy with myself.
yeah, those those are great memories. Yeah.
Mm.
I love I think like my favorite fashion, what's my favorite fashion piece that I have? I don't know. I love I love like shoes, I think, because shoes are what you wear every day and if you feel and they keep you centered in the ground and really can build your confidence, I think. So definitely the kind of shoes you wear, I think
Yeah.
says a lot about who you are, you know?
I'm just going to get you one just to show you. One of my favourites to
I'll
use.
grab mine.
Oh, I'm going to grab one.
This is mine. I don't know. But yeah.
It's not a shoe. It's not a shoe. It's a full boot.
Oh
Which
yes.
these.
Oh, they're so cute. Oh, I love the colors and the detail. Yeah, they
They're
have so much
gorgeous.
personality.
I know. I love
I
them, and
feel
they're so well worn.
they're
And they're cheap.
amazing.
Well, cheap and Chinese. What can I say?
Amazing.
My favourites, and they're really comfy. I just love them. I have to wear extra socks because I've got really skinny feet, but I love them. They're really my favourites. So yeah,
They're so
my
fun.
year-round boots at the minute. I got 2 pairs as well. I bought them and I loved them so much. I immediately ordered another pair.
Yeah, different colors, right?
No, I got the same colour.
Oh, the same one.
They're still in the box. I haven't used them yet.
Okay. That'll be good though for when these ones get worn out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. There's nothing worse, is that because I knew I was going to wear them a lot because they were just comfy, the right height, everything was right about them. So I
I
was.
had I also had something similar too. I had like these shoes, um, and they were kind of like flaking off a little bit. I think it was a bit of a cheaper material, like a fake
Yeah,
leather or something. And I wanted to buy
yeah.
them, but I couldn't find them again. But yeah, no, definitely, I love that. I'm so sorry for the noise. Oh my god.
That's all right. We both live in big cities. It just comes with the territory. Yeah. Oh.
Definitely. Um, but yes, the shoes are so fabulous. I just love footwear. Yeah,
And I actually really love being barefoot. I go barefoot a lot.
yeah.
I really get going in my bare feet. I mean, when I could see, I would even in the jungles in Mexico, I would walk around barefoot. I
Wow.
love it. I think I was Pocahontas in a previous life, or one of them.
Yeah.
A
I love
barefoot.
I really relate to that too about nature. I just love the nature and going swimming in the pool and just enjoying. I think people, we need to have some fun to get in touch with nature
We
again.
don't. Yeah, we don't respect it enough.
Yeah.
And we know in our heart of hearts, we know there's nothing better than lying on a beach. No phone, not even any music, nothing. Just lie on that wet sand in the lovely, warm sunshine environment.
Yeah.
And you will feel so good. And we know it, hug a tree or sit on the ground and lean against a tree. We know it helps us, but it's not been implanted in our ego that it's a cool thing to do.
Yeah,
Hopefully we're going to start changing that.
I hope so. Yeah, I love the beach. Someone said I did beach and storm streams on TikTok. Oh, okay. They did some videos.
Wow.
That's nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I love the ocean. I love like, the dolphins and all the animals.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
I worked in a dive shop, and I lived in Belize for a while, which is south of Mexico, and I worked in a diving shop for a year on the second longest barrier reef in the world, which is off the coast of Belize. And it was amazing, snorkeling, diving. I loved it. It was like my favorite job. Did it for a whole year.
Yeah, it's very, it's nice to have. That's a great job to have, to be more in touch with everything. Hello, someone else. But yeah, definitely. Well, it's been so fun. I love this so much. We'll definitely do it again.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right.
And you're all welcome, honestly, you're all welcome to join me and do this, because I want to start creating like a channel, it's going to be like a TikTok cast or something.
Real
So
community.
we can go live on here, we can chat like this, we can keep a record of it and then put up a channel on Rumble or YouTube or something. So it is like a podcasty channel, but it's just our TikTok family all getting along and having a vibe, or maybe even having a fight. I don't care, you know me. I'm open to any kind of a debate. But yeah, I think that would be a nice way for me to start thinking about how, because people keep saying, have a podcast. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it. It feels like it's going to take a lot of complicated things to do. And I know how to go live on TikTok, and I know how to load the video up onto YouTube already. So let's do what I already know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you. Have
Thank
a
you
great
so
rest
much
of
for
your
joining
day.
me.
Have some
You
nice
too.
dinner.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Goodbye, everybody. Leave lots of comments on that with one video, and then you can join me soon. Right, is it there? I don't know where the button is. No, it's not that one.